All right, guys, come onto a yoga mat or just come into any comfortable area where you can move around freely. The reason I am not wearing a shirt over my sports bra is because when we get into the deep breathing part, I want to show you how to move your abdomen and how to breathe into your belly, because that's going to be a really important part to learn how to breathe correctly so that you can focus your mind. All right, I'm going to set a timer, and when this timer ends, we're going to move into the second part of our session. So let's get going. All right, you guys, so go ahead and come onto your mat, and we're going to inhale up. And we're going to exhale. We're going to fold all the way down, bend the knees, let your head hang, and just go ahead and drape your body here. Shake your head no. My hamstrings are really tight. I don't know about yours, but just take a moment to stretch and breathe, releasing your body, your hamstrings. All right, we're going to bend the knees and we're going to step all the way back with the right leg into a runner stretch. Reach all the way back. Make sure that your left leg is at a 90-degree angle and that your hands are on the sides of your foot, and step all the way back. Make sure that right leg is all the way back. We're opening our hips here with this one. Make sure you keep your core engaged. Keep reaching out through the crown of your head. And I'm going to have you step that left leg back to meet your right leg. This is called plank pose. And now you're going to put your knees down for this first chaturanga. This is important to start to build up the strength in your arms and your shoulders the right way. Release down. Inhale up to a little baby cobra. Let your back do the work. And then push through your hands, come back up. And exhale back into downward facing dog. All right, right leg to the front. If you need to help it, go ahead and grab that ankle and help move that foot forward. 90 degrees on that front leg as well. Reaching back through that left leg. As you can hear my breath, so should your breath be audible. You should be able to hear it. This is called ujjayi breathing. Breathing fully, deeply. Let the breath help you stretch and relax. The breath is connected to your central nervous system. And as you begin to relax and breathe deep, your body will relax as well, and so will your muscles. All right, so we're going to step forward with our left leg, come into our forward fold. And you guys, that is one round of sun salutations. Notice your hamstrings. We're going to do this a couple more times, a little bit more work. You'll see how those hamstrings start to relax. Roll up nice and slow. Inhale. And arms overhead. Pull the tailbone down. Lift up, look up. And again, we're going to fold through heart center, come all the way down, bending the knees if you need to. Relax, release. Deep exhale. All right, we're going to add in half forward fold. This is called Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. That's the Sanskrit name, is Ardha. Ardha means half. Uttanasana means forward fold. Now here, you got to put your hands either on the shin or above the knees. That back needs to be flat. Lift up and reach out through the crown of your head. And exhale back down. Breathe. Soften, relax into those hamstrings. All right, again, we're going to bend the knees. We're going to step back with our right leg. Runner stretch again. This time, If you notice, I'm putting my left arm inside the left leg. That's because the chest gets in the way. So ladies, you can always do that. Now I'm gonna go deeper into that hip. So I want you to put that right knee down. Lay those right toes flat. Drop into your pelvis. Breathe. Take the toes, tuck them under. Ground through your hands. Step that left leg back to meet the right leg in plank pose. You can modify again, putting your knees down. Chaturanga. Those elbows need to come squeezed into the side of the body. Hover here at the bottom. Release. We're going to go into a baby cobra again. We want the back to do the work. Now put the hands down. Lift up halfway. Elbows are snugged in. Shoulders pull down your back. And tuck your toes. Exhale back. Down dog. Big exhale. Push those heels down. Lift through your sit bones. Open up your palms. All right, we're going to look forward and step the right leg to the front. 90 degrees on that front leg, as you can see right here. And you can bring the arm inside the leg, reach out through the crown of your head. I'm going to again drop that back knee down, really get into the hips, get into the quadriceps. You can lay those toes flat, drop into your pelvis. Big breath. It's important just to breathe, you guys. Just relax and breathe and let your body soften. Okay, we're going to step out of this and release down. Notice those hamstrings. How are they feeling? Mine are way better from when I began. Let your head hang. You can bend one knee, drop your forehead down towards the straight leg. And you can straighten that leg. Switch, bring the forehead down towards the other straightened leg. All right, bend your knees, take a big breath in and roll up. Hands to heart. Notice how you're feeling. Just breathe gently. Take a full body scan. We're going to move a little bit deeper into the body. Release your arms up overhead. Big breath in. We're going to exhale into a chair. A little power position here. Start to activate the muscles. Start to warm up the body. I like to bring my hands down to my chest to really work my core better. Tuck your tailbone. Pull your shoulders down and away from your ears. Lift your sternum up. Engage your core. Bend the knees even more. Sit back into that chair. Lift your toes. Core is engaged. Good. Okay, release. Exhale. We're going to inhale to our flat back. Ardha Uttanasana, right? Remember that? Exhale back down. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to step back. We're going to put our foot down this time, that right foot. I want you to make sure that right heel is out more than the toes, so that leg is internally rotated. Now, engage your core. Lift up. You're coming up for warrior 2. Just like this. Shoulders are pulling away from your ears. Your front leg is bent. You should see that front big toe, and that's about it. Okay, we're going to reverse our warrior. Lift that left arm up. Right arm can come down. Okay, come back up. I'm going to have you windmill down to the floor. Step back to plank pose. This time, if you want, you can do a full chaturanga. Shift forward under the tippy toes. Exhale, hover, release. Inhale up to cobra. And exhale back to down dog. Look forward, step the right foot to the front. Put the left heel down, windmill up. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Stretch the sides of the body. Good, come back up, warrior two. Windmill down to the floor. Step back to plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Release. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. I'm gonna have you do one more standing pose for your inner thighs. We're gonna look forward. Step the left leg to the front, put the right heel down, come up for warrior two again. Now, have you straighten your front leg. Back foot can be straight with the mat. And I'm gonna have you reach your arm forward like this. And then hinge. Take your hand to your shin. Or if you have a block, you can always put your hand on a block. The shin works out perfectly well. Take the top arm up. Now start to rotate your navel up to the ceiling. Look up to the top hand. Breathe. If you can't get that left leg straight, that's no problem. You can come up a little higher, but never push on your knee. Just try to lengthen out through your spine. You can look up, you can look forward or down. Good. Come back up to warrior two. And windmill down. Step back to plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Release. Inhale, baby cobra. That works your low back. And if you sit a lot, you need to do that. Push up to cobra. Cobra works your arms. Cobra builds your strength for doing chaturanga. Okay. Exhale, back down dog. And down dog becomes our resting pose. If this is hard for you, come to your knees and come to child's pose whenever you need a break. There's a lot of times in my practice when I just prefer child's pose over downward facing dog. Depends on the day. Okay, look forward, step the right foot to the front. Come all the way up, warrior two. Okay, we're gonna straighten that front leg for triangle. Now don't hinge just yet. You have to lengthen your spine first. So reach forward all the way, as far as you can with your spine, with your arm. Hinge. And then get your placement, and then start to rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Okay, back up to warrior two. And we're going to windmill down to the floor. Step back to plank pose. Shift forward. And if you guys are looking for a relaxing practice, just put your knees down every time. And release. All right, baby cobra or cobra. And exhale back, child's pose. Take your elbows together and your hands together. Bend the elbows. Bring the thumb to the center of the upper back. Stretch. Okay, go ahead and release your arms and come back up to tabletop. Take a big breath in, drop your belly down. And then as you exhale, round your back. Tuck your tailbone. And do that again. Inhale. Drop belly. Exhale. Round your back. Inhale. Drop your belly. Exhale. Round your back. Okay, come into hero's pose. Right here on your knees, because you are all heroes. You are all warriors. This is hero's pose. All right. We're going to stretch the tops of the legs. I want you to take your hands right behind you. And if you need a block, you can always put a block underneath your hand. And what we're going to do is place our hands right underneath our shoulders. I want you to press your chest up and open. Tuck your chin. This is a great stretch for your forearm and your chest. All right, now what we're going to do is start to tuck your tailbone and take your sit bones off your heels. Lift up. Keep your chin slightly tucked. Good. Relax. Release down. Walk your hands forward. Have a seat. We're going to get prepared for our breathing exercises. So I'm going to have you guys come around into what's called Baddha Konasana. Wide leg here. Grab your knees. Lift your chest. This is not about pushing the knees to the floor. This is actually about lifting the low back out of the pelvic region. And lift up through your chest. Those legs will fall as they're ready to fall, okay? Now start to just fold yourself forward. Breathe into this. Keep your shoulders broad. Don't round your shoulders just yet. Keep your sternum reaching. And now begin to tuck your chin and drop your head. Fold down, fold into it. Come on up, lift up. Lift your knees. Take your legs out in front of you. Press down on your hands. Spread those toes open. Okay, I'm going to have you bend your knees. We're going to take your right heel down by your left glute. And you're going to switch. Take the other leg on top. And if you can't get the legs to lay flat like this, just take the front leg right out in front. And that is totally okay. The key is to have both sit bones grounded on the floor. Okay, so if you can walk this over, you can always pull the legs in opposite directions. I want you to really focus on getting that sit bone down. Don't overdo it. Don't overstretch. Okay, lift up nice and tall. Breathe. That's the most important part here. So you guys, this pose in particular is wonderful for those of you who have tight glutes, who maybe run, who maybe do deadlifts, squats, and things like that. This is going to stretch your glutes, your piriformis. That's one of the tiny, tiny muscles deep down in the gluteal area, underneath the gluteus maximus. And that is one of the muscles that pushes up against your sciatic nerve and what gives people sciatic pain. So this is a very important stretch. All right, so that's the legs. Now, I'm going to have you add on the arms, okay? Now, whatever leg you have on top, we're going to put the opposite arm up. So take your arms to a T. You're going to take one arm up. The opposite arm is going to go down, thumb down. You're going to bend it like this, and you're going to bring it behind your back. And the back of the hand is on your back, and you're starting to press that hand up your back. And let me turn so you can see. This top hand drops down. And if you can't grab your fingers like this, you can always drop a belt from the top hand down to the bottom and just bridge that gap by holding a strap. Okay, I'm going to get back into my stretch. Get this big, deep stretch here. Now, don't let that top arm push your head to the side. And that's the arms. And this is the legs. And this is a phenomenal stretch. If you want to intensify the stretch, you can fold. And come back up and release. Shake it out. Roll out those shoulders. Unravel the legs. And take the legs out in front. Just give yourself a little massage. And let's switch sides, okay? So I'm going to turn to the side. Put your other leg down underneath. Other one comes up and over. Push them in opposite directions. Get grounded in that sit bone. This is a big one. Breathe into it. Start there. Start with your breath. Always. All right, arms to a T. Whatever leg's on top, the opposite arm goes up, up. Bottom arm goes down. I don't think I did that right last time. Nope, I didn't. So I'll do it right this time, okay? I'll do it. I'm doing it wrong. Oh well. Usually it's opposite arms, really opposite arm is up. But it's okay. Lift up, nothing's perfect, right? That's part of life. Letting go, surrendering to what isn't perfect and allowing life to be. Lift up, exhale, fold, and just keep striving, keep doing what you know to do. Good, that feels so good. Release. Inhale, come back up. Release your arms slowly. This is such a big stretch. And shake it out. Okay.